Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Logan's Run that came out in 1976. But before we get into that, remind you guys to please like, subscribe, follow me on all my socials, Instagram, check me out on Twitter, follow me on Letterboxd, and also check out the Real Late Podcast, which is I think exclusively on Spotify. So give that a listen, follow that, rate it 5 stars. That'll help me out quite a bit. So with all that being said, let's get into the review. So Logan's Run is sort of a dystopian movie about these people who they're given a little thing in their hand, and they only live to the age of 30 before they are kind of, through a celebration, they are killed off and are believed to be reborn or renewed, as they say in the movie, and renewed into younger, newer people. So when you reach a certain age, you die, basically. But we find out that that is not the case, and they're just killing people and making more. And so the people who you think are trying to help you, they're really just population control, basically. So yeah, movie came out in 1976. So this was I think like Westworld and stuff like that, like those post-apocalyptic movies were becoming very popular. This is definitely dystopian. The movie takes place in 2274, which I thought it was kind of weird because when it came out in 76, I figured they must have wrote it in 74, and then it just kind of continued on. It didn't come out until later because it's a very effects heavy movie, despite how cheesy it is. I've watched a movie that's similar to this. One was starring Justin Timberlake. It's called In Time, and basically these people, they stopped aging pretty much by the age of 25, and I think once you reach 25, you got a year on your arm thing, and you got to work and everything. You get so many minutes, like from your job and stuff, because really people don't get paid in money, they get paid in minutes. So if you want a Coke, it's going to cost you 2 minutes, so they take your thing off. And so basically if you run out of minutes, you die, and the more minutes you have, the longer you live, and you'll look the same as you did when you were 25, and or whenever you got the treatment or whatever. And so yeah, in a way, I have seen this kind of storyline before, but the 70s cheese in this movie is pretty astounding. Early like rotoscoping and like film pasted over the screen, especially one scene involving they're in like this frozen room, which if you haven't seen it, check it out. But yeah, it's very goofy in that sense, but it does bring up questions. It's like these people are sort of, this is, for a few years removed, a few hundred years, so these people are sort of, they're not familiar with the way we used to do stuff, and so they think this is norm, this is what they're led to believe. And so you got basically Logan, who is what they call a Sandman. Basically, when you get people who are up, basically they're on the chopping block to be renewed, basically it's his job to go and find him and essentially either arrest him or kill him, basically. So yeah, and then he meets this girl, and basically she starts asking all these questions like, well, what really happens, and all this stuff. And so it basically lights a fire on him and starts asking questions that are not that are not good to ask. And so his friends start going after him, and basically they try to find him, and they try to kill these people because they're called runners. And so they're trying to find him, and his friend specifically is trying to find him. And like, yeah, this movie, it brings the question of what the future really holds for society and how they're going to control the overpopulation of the earth. And in this movie, you see the remnants of what happened to Earth, and you see the Washington DC, like there's the Lincoln Memorial, and you see the Washington Monument, stuff like that, and it's all like grown over and all trees and what have you. And so like basically they're not using the Earth anymore. Maybe overpopulation got so bad, and yeah, I mean, I recommend the movie. I mean, if you haven't seen it, obviously recommend you go check it out. but like I said, the movie itself is very, very 70s, very, I'd say corny, but it's just like, that can't happen. They can't do that, you know? And so, I mean, it's an interesting movie. I'd never seen it before. Like I said, I saw the movie that was kind of similar to that, but I'd never seen this before. So, just a fun 70s, you know, sci-fi romp. I will say there is quite a bit of nudity in it that I wasn't expecting. I mean, I know it was the 70s, but there's literally, where they live, it looks like a mall, which they probably filmed in a mall. And then they have this really cool set that they built as the city, because it's in a small, like, it's in a big dome where they live. And it's hard to tell how many people are living in this big dome, but where they live, it looks like a giant mall, like a 80s mall. And so you got all these people in there. They're all wearing, you know, red or green or yellow, and I think it depends on when you were born and stuff like that will determine the color. And so yeah, and it's pretty weird movie, I will say that. But yeah, check it out. It's free on Tubi if you haven't heard of it. The cast does good. The music, synthesizing by Jared Goldsmith. You know, very, very 70s. You know, that like sci-fi kind of idea, like early, like someone kind of what they really delved into in the 80s, and so they did that, you know, a few years prior. But yeah, check it out. I'm free on Tubi. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have seen, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hope I see you in the next video.